Hi everyone, I'm Mark Ross, I'm a Myprotein ambassador, and in today's video I'm going to teach you the best exercise that you can feel your lower abs working, and also the stretches you need to do before that so you really can switch your bottom part of your abs on. Okay, so before we get into the exercises, I've done a video before this teaching a foam rolling routine for the lower body. For the lower half of your body, you'll notice that a lot of people have an anterior pelvic tilt where the hips face downwards and you've got a really big arch in your lower back, okay? So what the foam rolling routine does is really iron out the creases in your hips, and it'll get you back into a proper posture where you should be. But these days, a lot of people are driving a lot or sitting down in office jobs and really get tight in this area. So you want to foam roll your IT band, you want to foam roll the top of your quads, your lower back, and it should straighten you out. And that's one reason why when you are doing sit-ups, you can't feel anything working in your six-pack, but down in your hips, you get a big burning sensation, and people relate that to working with your abs, but it's really not, okay? So what we're gonna do today is make sure I'm gonna force your body into ab working mode or lower ab working mode, and I'm gonna try and switch off the areas where people are super tight in. So it's a lower intensity session. You can raise the intensity of it once you start feeling your abs working, but for the first round especially, I want you to slow things down and I want you to concentrate on the feeling of your abs doing the work, okay? So we're gonna take a little seat, find some space. And the first exercise is leg raises. And for your leg raises, what I want is you not to have a high speed. I want you to control your legs going upwards. You can put your hands by your side, but the main thing is this gap underneath. I want you to really try and force your belly button towards the floor, okay? That's the biggest thing that I'm gonna teach you today. That arch needs to be tucked under, so it's not your hips doing the work, it's all your abs, okay? And this should make it hard to do 10 reps. People are doing leg raises for 30, 40 reps. It's not doing anything. You need to do 10 slow reps for your abs to really get them burning and working. So hands by your side, we're gonna start straight away. So it's 10 leg raises, okay? So as you'll notice, I'll do a super slow tempo going down, 1 second up, okay? So it's a controlled method the whole way through. As you notice, nothing can go under my arch in my back. Remember to breathe at the top. Try and concentrate on really pulling that belly button in towards the floor. Last 3. Same thing, just concentrate on no gap in between your lower back, and your abs should really be working, and control down there. Okay, the next exercise is a bit of an advancement for that. It's called a dead bug. We're going to be lying on the floor, a bit of a funny name, but what you are going to do is tuck your belly button in again. I want your hands and knees up, and then from there you're going to alternate your legs down. So you're going to get a full stretch with one leg, push your belly button in, and then a full stretch with the next leg, okay? So it's going to be 10 each side from there. Notice again, no gaps underneath. It's a tough exercise to do at the start. Gonna get a few more on each leg. If you really want to advance it, then you can bring one arm above and then change one arm above again. Squeeze in, squeeze in. Last one, each leg, and push in and control down there, okay? So you've got 10 alternating dead bug leg lifts. We're going into the next one, which is reverse crunches now. For your reverse crunches, I don't want you to use any momentum whatsoever, so you will get people who are flying the knees up to the chest, they're rocking, and they're thinking it's working their abs, and they can feel the hips working. What I want you to do is push your abs down again, and what you're going to do is use no momentum. It's just going to be a controlled movement, and what it is going to be is your knees coming up slightly, and then control just to a little heel touch on the floor, okay? So that's 1 rep from there, and then it's a control, squeeze, and 2. And I'll talk a little bit about breathing. So it's a control, breathe out at the top, so you breathe when your abs are working or the tensing. So again, 4, full stretch, 5, 6, and breathe out and control down there. So abs really starting to feel it now, hips are nice and loose, we're going to into the next exercise. We're on Garhammer raises, okay? So Garhammer raises, similar to the reverse crunches, where you'll get people using momentum. But all I want is your heels up, and you're going to try and push your heels to the ceiling, not your toes, because that'll be the front of the legs doing the work. I want your heels, and I want your hips pushing upwards, all right? So hands by your side, obviously, 10 reps. You're going to breathe, kick out, just to there again. A lot of people will use momentum and come down and do that one. But I want a controlled movement, 2 from there. So it's just your abs doing the work. 3. 6, nothing else but there working. 7, 8, last 2, big kick up, 9, and 10 there. So even though I said it wasn't an intense workout, I can get a big burn in my abs now, a little bit of a rest, and we're gonna finish off with the last 2, okay? So, even though it's your lower abs, we still want to hit the angles. We're not doing the obliques, but I do want a little bit of a twist in between, okay? So from here, all we're going to do is elbow to left knee, okay? You're not going to do a full crunch. You're going to meet in the middle, so it's going to be there, okay? And again, squeeze, okay? Change sides. And again, squeeze. So anything where your knee or your knees are coming upwards is going to work your lower abs, okay? So I don't want your upper body to do too much work. It's a lot of this angle here. Change. Yeah. Really squeezing now. Last 2 each side. Last one. And squeeze down there. A little bit of rest again. As I said, if you get too out of breath and trying to rush through it, you won't work your abs. A lot like weight training, okay? You need to know the mind-muscle connection. You need to know where you should be squeezing, okay? It's not just trying to blast through. And that's why we do reps and we're not doing a timed on this one, because it's about every rep being quality, not just trying to rush through and squeeze 45 seconds out on this routine, okay? Last one, I'm gonna use a little bit of equipment. So I'm gonna use a Swiss ball. And from here, what I want is either the easier version, where it's a knee and it's a Swiss ball plank, and you can hold that, and as you see my back, it's not totally arched. What I want you to try and do is really tuck your pelvis under. As soon as you tuck that pelvis under and imagine someone's going to try and push you off balance, that's when your core is working, okay? So from there, pelvis tucked under, and you're going to try and squeeze for 30 seconds, all right? That's the movement itself. What I'm going to do is advance it a little bit. So what I'm going to do is put 2 hands on the bottom of the ball. I'm going to roll out. I'm going to make sure my pelvis is still tipped under, okay? So from here, I'm going to roll out, pelvis tips under, and then pull back in, okay? So you're pulling back in with your abs and your core. You're not pushing back with your bum, you're pulling back with your abs. So from there again, pelvis tuck under, and from there. I'm going to breathe out at the bottom, and from there. Full tilt, squeeze, and up you get. All the way out, breathe, 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 and in. Last 2 reps now. Gonna really keep that pelvis tucked under. It's very easy, I'll show you a bad one, to keep that back arched. So last one, pelvis tucked under, squeeze tight, and control from there, all right? So even though that wasn't supposed to be intense, my abs are actually on fire because I've been doing everything right. Remember to do the foam rolling routine before if you are tight or you think your hips are tight, and then get straight into this one, okay? Once your abs are firing on this exercise, you then can go for a full high intensity ab workout after this, if this isn't enough, okay? But I can really feel that working, so I wanted to give it a try. If you like the video, please comment and subscribe, and check out all our other editorials, all right? Thanks a lot, guys. See you soon.